Welcome to the Janesville race of Tour of America's Dairylands. We're starting off with one of my favorite races. I have gotten into the breakaway in this race before, every time I've done it. It's a super fun course. The roads are pretty fast. They've changed it up a little bit, so we do actually go over a bridge twice, which is cool. It used to be like a dog bone shape, and now it is just like a square course. So saw that first corner up a slight hill, a little flat, then left-hander over the bridge, which is pretty downhill here, and then the last two left-handers are pretty straightforward. There are some hitters out here at Toad for the first week. We've got the Project Echelon guys. You can see Zach Gregg on my left. There is a squad from Rainstorm Racing. There's Lucas Burgoyne and Luke Fetzer from Austin Outlaws. Team 6 is here. Empire Cycling, there's a German team called 5411, which is pretty big. Nashville Local Cycling, Thomas Gibbons and the rest of his automatic crew are out here, and a bunch of other dudes too, work hard, be humble, and plenty others. So, through a first lap there, the finish straight here is slightly uphill, and there are a lot of preems at Janesville, so people are going after the money. I think there's like $10,000 of preems just in this one race alone. I usually try to go for like the finish instead of going for the preems. I don't know what it is, but I like attacking over top of the preems, so that's what I tend to do. Here, there's already a guy that's gone off the front. We're like 5 minutes in, and I'm just staying up towards the front. I got a good start, lined up at the right time, and you can see I'm on one of the 5411 guys' wheel. I have not learned their names yet. They have Florence, who is pretty good at the Lowlands Preem. I think that was their main goal, is going after the Lowlands points Preem. There's like $4,000 at the end for it. You can see those guys are totally willing to send their guys off the front too. See Wolfgang and Preston and I having a little chat right there, and yeah, we're continuing to roll through. My boy John Heinlein on the right. I've got John Heinlein and Clayton Travis both on my team, and John there is following a little move from 2 or 3 riders. There was a lot of these little moves going off. A lot of them look super threatening. There's one point where I told Clayton, my teammate, like, oh, that's gonna go, and he moved up to it, but stuff was coming back right there. Lucas Burgoyne had gotten another preem. He was pretty successful on the preem hunt the first day here at Tour of America's Dairylands, and I sent an attack over the top. We have here Fergus Arthur, who is a great dude to have in a breakaway. He followed me through that attack, and we would roll through together for a good bit with this guy. I think he's Australian, and I think a few other guys too. Yeah, 5411 dude and an automatic guy. Eventually we got caught, and another little group went off the front. Work hard, be humble. There, I think that's Caleb Landgrebe pulling bridging across to that, and then I just kind of soft pedaled into this last corner. I like this last corner. There was a wide entrance, and then the exit here, there is a little curb that people sometimes would run up onto, but it was not a problem if you did run up onto it. We're coming here into a Lowlands Point Preem lap, and Scott McGill didn't want to get swarmed, so he gave a few good pedal strokes on the front just to keep us up there. I kind of want to stay up towards the front too. If you're up towards the front on these points preems, might as well go for it. And then on the right here, I think on the left and right, 5411 dudes are leading it out for that points sprint, and automatic also seems incentivized to go for it. So 3 automatic guys, 3 German guys coming to the last corner after that little move, and I'm just on an automatic guy's wheel. I'm planning to like attack over this, was the original goal, but I saw people sitting up for the sprint, so I decided to go for it and got 1 point for the points competition, which is cool. Set me up for 3rd in that. Not sure if I'm going to go for that the rest of the year, but the opportunity arose. And then I think this is Florence Nauer on the front with 54.11. He kept pushing, so we had a little gap for a bit, but we're pulled back eventually. Another move happened just like this. Big field split almost, and I liked getting across the stuff in that third corner. Seemed like I could roll it pretty well, so that's what I did. Jumped onto Luke Fetzer's wheel there. A little bit later on, there's like 15 laps to go, 15, 16 minutes to go, and stuff is starting to break up. I attacked around one of the Hydroflow, Clever Martinez's teammate. Dude was super strong at Armed Forces. Gotta remember his name. But was able to hop into a little move here with, I believe, Fergus again. It might be Tim. Two guys off the front still, though, with a Rainstorm dude and a Work Hard, Be Humble guy. So I had both of their teammates on my wheel. Decided to go ahead and bridge across. And that looks like Caesar Marte or Wanarengo. That's Wanarengo. And then right there is a break. So we have two Work Hard, Be Humble guys, two Rainstorm dudes. Scott McGill got up to us. And then all of a sudden, it just stopped working together at 13, 14 minutes to go. The field kind of brought it back pretty quick. 54.11 was pretty good at pulling stuff like that back. So it eventually did not happen. You can see we got a 54.11 dude up here. Clever Martinez in the blue there. And we're getting close to crunch time. It's 8 minutes to go. People are starting to sit up, waiting for the sprint. And then a Rainstorm Racer attacks on the inside there. $1,000 cash preem with 6 minutes to go. So that was going to be a big deal. You can see Burgoyne on the right here in the burnt orange, and he's gonna try and get that money. He eventually did get that money. Here we're coming through the start finish, and there's a lot of separation between stuff. So I think this is a perfect time to go. There's 4.5 minutes, 5 minutes left in the race. So I'm going to hit it hard. I see Thomas Gibbons over there on the left. Same idea as me. So I'm going to have to get up to him. He won Athens this year, so I know he wants to solo. He wants a breakaway. I want to get up to him. So on this downhill here, I hit it just hard enough to like slowly bring the gap back on that downhill without, cracking myself. And then I know I can pull the rest of it back through this corner here because I like that corner. So I got just a little bit more time back through that corner. And then caught him up through the start-finish straight here. I think we had a few other guys that eventually jumped onto my wheel too. We might see them. But I thought this was a great move. Thomas is going to roll pretty hard. We have a 54.11 guy. We have a Rainstorm guy, number 17. And I was stoked to see this happening. So, expecting this to roll. It did not. We got caught right here with 2 laps to go. And the Rainstorm dude eventually, hit it on the front into the last lap there. You can see he's got a little gap. These other 2 dudes sat up. But I eventually jumped on the Rainstorm guy's wheel and rolled through that last lap just on his wheel. He was leading out pretty well, and the field, we had like a 5-10 second gap to the field into this corner here on the last lap. Explaining it because my GoPro dies right as we go through on 1 lap to go. But we had maybe a 5-second gap to the field into those last 2 corners there, me and the Rainstorm guy. I should have kicked around him into this final corner, but I kicked right about here for the last lap. You can see I'm pulling pretty hard. I kind of want us to stay away, so my legs were kind of gassed, and I wanted to wait a little longer, long finish straight. Unfortunately, a bunch of dudes came by me, and I ended up getting 7th place. See here, 1 lap to go. Still have a little breakaway, and this, Rainstorm dude, he would eventually lead me out into the last corner. So I was a 2nd wheel, but got swarmed a little bit in the sprint. Ended up 7th place. Wolfgang won, Ferguson 2nd, and then Wanarengo from Work Hard, Be Humble in 3rd. end up in the top 10 for the next day, which I'm pretty stoked on, but maybe should have kicked a little bit earlier. Thanks for watching. See ya.